So this is what was required from you, ne? Okay, so yeah, this is what was required from you on practical 9 question 3. So what was happening is that you were supposed to build a software or an app that basically has various vacation options that exists for the next 7 days. For the next 7-day vacation at the holiday club resort. So you're building an app for a holiday resort club basically. So you are given here the various options, né? And then basically the first option is this type of suits that you can get. For a double suit, it costs 500, and then if you also need cleaning for that suit, it's gonna cost an extra 75 yuan. And then if you have more than 2 children, for every other extra children, let's say if you have 4 or 3 children, for the extra kid you'll pay extra 100 rand, meaning the 2 kids won't pay anything, the third kid will be the one who you'll pay 100 rand for. Okay, and then this is how it's supposed to look basically. So this is what you were given basically, your test information. So with the given information, let me close this. With the given information, what you were supposed to do is build this app here in the background. So basically the first thing that they told you here on the bullets, they said assume that the person will always enter a valid option, so that we don't put any validation to say if they don't put 1 or 2, then this should happen. They are saying we should assume they'll put the correct thing. So the first code there, first one that says a constant double. A constant is a what? The reason why I use constant first of all is because they say to make use of constants in this program for the 5 prices mentioned above. 5 prices being the rate for the double, basically this one, the 500 for the double, being this one as well. So it's 1, sorry for that, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th one is the one for children, so hence there are 5 up there. So using a constant variable is a variable that never changes in the program. So the only way it can change is when you declare it, but you can't change it anywhere in the program. So you can't change that 500, you can't change 750, 100 rand, 75, as well as the last 100. You can't change them because they are constant. The only way for you to change them is to change them there on the declaration. So that was something new for us. And then we also created a variable called amount due, because they said we should accumulate the total amount to a variable that is called amount due. So the total amount will be accumulated to be to a variable called amount due. So without further ado, I then created the console.writeLine to just create the template that shows you the options like this, like how they have done it here. So this one, if you check this one here, it says option number 1. Okay, this was supposed to be 2. So this one, it's 2 here. So it's option number 2 and option number 1, right? So on option number 1, you have a double. Because it's a double what? It's a double suit. And then you also have this placeholder which will represent the first rate of double, meaning the price of double. So basically it's going to take that 500 from up there. And then it's going to say plus cleaning. Is basically the template that you can see here on the console window here. It says plus cleaning, then I put another placeholder there that has a 1 to represent the cleaning double. Basically, when I say clean double, it has the value of 75. If you check up there on the constant double, clean double. Basically, if you, the clean for double has its own price, the clean for double with lounge has its own price as well. Okay, so going forward, I came here and then I prompted for the option for them to choose whether they want to choose suit option 1 or suit option 2, and then I'm gonna save whatever option they choose under the suit option variable, which is an int variable. If they choose 1, it's gonna save that 1 under the suit option. If they choose 2, it's gonna save that 2 under the suit option as well. Okay, then it's gonna come and also ask for what if you require a cleaning. If you require cleaning, you're gonna say Y for yes. If not, you're gonna say N for no. And then they say it here, if you check here, they said we should cater for lower cases and upper cases. Meaning on our if statement, we'll say if they did a lower case or if they did a bigger case of Y, then we should do a certain thing. Okay, then the following one, actually that Y or N value that they will put there, it will be saved under a variable called clean. And that variable is a char, meaning it only accepts one character. And then we go to the if statements. On the if statements, basically, it's where we do the calculation to say if they opted for this and this and this, what are we doing? So the first if statement, basically, we have two nested if statements. The first if statement is for checking if there is option 1, if they chose option 1. The second if statement is for checking if they chose option 2, which is this one here. So the first one for option 1, if they choose option 1, then we're going to add the current amount that is already there. For example, we'll say the total amount will now become what the amount was currently, which was 0, as I initiated it as 0. So we'll say the current amount should be what the amount was the new amount here. The new amount should be equal to the current amount that was there plus the money for the rate of double. Basically, rate double is the 500 for if you're choosing, sorry, not that one, it's this one. For if you're choosing the double suit, its rate is 500. So in the first run, or first thing that is gonna do when you choose option 1 is gonna do what? Add your amount with the money that is for rate double. If you chose option 2, it's gonna add the amount with the rate double, with the amount of rate double with lounge. Rate double with lounge, they say it here, it's 750. So rate double with lounge is this one, and then rate double, it's this one. So if you choose option 1, it's going to add 500 to your amount due. If you choose option 2, it's going to add 750 to your amount due. Okay. Now, after adding that 500, let's just assume you chose option number 1. After adding 0 with 500, it will then come to this if statement and say, do you want your room to be cleaned or not? If you chose yes from this line here, if you chose yes here, then it will get inside this if statement, and then add the money for cleaning your room. The money for cleaning your room, if it's a double, it's 75. Then it's going to add that 75. Why is it saying clean double? Because this is under option 1. It's under the double option. So it's going to add whatever amount it was. I guess it will be 500 now after adding here. So since all this was 0 plus 500, now it will be 500 plus 75, because this clean double means 75. If you chose no here, it's not going to run this. It will just come to this else if and then add 0 to that amount. Basically meaning that you don't want any cleaning. And then the last one, it checks if you have more than 2 children like they said here. Let me open it again. So here they say that basically if you have 2 children or 2 children are free, né? So if you have 3 children, 2 of them are free, and then the extra kid will pay 100 rand. So if you have 4 kids, the 2 are free, the extra 2 kids will pay 100 times 2 basically, né? Meaning for each and every extra kid you pay 100 rand. Hence here I came and said if your kids are more than 2, because if your kids are not more than 2, they are 2 or it's 1, it means we don't have to create anything, or we don't have to change the amount due. We don't have to add anything from the amount due, because it's 2. They say 2, it's free, and then anything above 2, that's when we have to calculate. So here we are checking if it's greater than 2, then what are you supposed to do? Your amount due will now become what the amount due is currently, plus now this methods here is the one that can be at least maybe confuse you a bit, but let me explain it to you. This method first find out how many kids are supposed to pay by what? By minusing 2. Why are you minusing 2? Because 2 of those kids are free. They are not supposed to pay. So if you have 3 kids, it's going to be 3 minus 2. Ne? And then it's going to be 1. Then that 1 will be multiplied with what? With extra child. What does extra child represent? It represents this amount, 100 here. We are just using constant variables to calculate everything. So this extra child represent 100. So basically you will say the kids that will be left, you multiply them with what? With 100. So if it's 2 kids, they are both going to be paying what? 100. 100. Ne? So that's what you're doing basically here. And it's the same thing with if you choose option 2. Same thing. Ne? Now after adding all that amount that you're adding, they told you here, let me open the document again. They said once the amount due is determined, you need to multiply it by 7. Why? Because the price that you will get is for a 7-day vacation. It's for 7 days basically. Hence, after I calculate everything here, I come here and say amount due, and then say it's equal to the current amount due multiplied by 7. Then here I create a space, and then here I create another space, and then I write my total amount due that I got here. So if we were to test it same way as they are testing it from the document, let me open the document here so that you can see both of them. So if we were to test it here, I'm gonna write it exactly the same. Remember, currency depends on your device. So my device is using dollar as currency, but your device can use a rand as currency. Ne? So let's test it. Here I'll put 1, click enter, and then I'll put Y, click enter. Number of children, I'll put 2 and click enter. Oh, I clicked that very fast. Okay, let me do it again. I double clicked that enter, that's why it closed. So it's supposed to be 1 here, Y here, 2 here. Yeah, so the amount due is 4,025. So basically that's what you were supposed to do. I don't know if you understand that or what, but yeah, that's basically what you were supposed to do. Ne? So yeah, thank you so much for watching this. I hope next time when we have our class, we will have it visually. We won't miss our class basically, or nothing will disturb us, but hopefully we'll be able to attend our class. Thank you so much. See you next week.